With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
The question is, what would be the electron dot structure for carbon dioxide, which has the formula of carbon dioxide, which is CO2, right? So basically, you have to draw the electron dot structure, right, which is actually the Lewis structure. Okay, which is actually the Lewis structure. So basically, what do? We should first know the valence electrons in both of the atoms which are involved here, and then we have to arrange it in a manner that octet completion takes place, right? The number of electrons around the central atom, which is going to be carbon in this case, should be 8, right? So it means that octet completion should take place. Okay. So if you talk about carbon, carbon has an electronic configuration of 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, right? So basically it has 4 electrons in its valence shell, right? 2s2, 2p2 is the valence electron configuration. If you talk about oxygen, now oxygen has an electronic configuration of 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, right? Because carbon has an atomic number of 6, oxygen has an atomic number of 8. So oxygen has 8 electrons in its valence shell, has 6 electrons in its valence shell, right? This is the valence shell, 2s2, 2p4, and for carbon this is 2s2, 2p2. So basically this has 4 electrons in its valence shell, and oxygen has 6 electrons in its valence shell, right? It has 6 electrons in its valence shell. Okay, now let us draw the structure. So you have carbon, and carbon has 4 electrons, right? Now you have oxygen, and each oxygen has 6 electrons in its valence shell, right? So we can draw it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Similarly here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now each of the atom should have a complete octet, right? Not just the central atom, but all the atoms should have an octet complete. Only then it will be regarded as an electron dot structure, right? A stable structure. So if we talk about carbon, carbon has 4 electrons of its own, and it has to share 4 more to complete its octet, right? So what it can do is, carbon has 4 electrons, right? It can share 2 electrons with this oxygen, right? Or you can draw it as a collective. How? That this carbon has now 8 electrons, right? So you can draw it something like this. It has 4 electrons of its own, which are represented by red dots, and it has 4 electrons which it has shared with the oxygen atoms, 2 from one and 2 from the other, right, which are represented by green dots. So as you can see, the carbon now it has 8 electrons around it, right? If we talk about oxygen, now oxygen has 6 electrons of its own. It needs 2 from carbon. So this is how the sharing is going to take place. So if you count the number of electrons around oxygen now, that will be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly, this oxygen also combine something like this, right? It combines something like this. So now the electrons around this oxygen are also 8, right? So this is the electron dot structure for carbon dioxide, right? Where each atom has its octet complete, and the central atom also has 8 electrons around it, right? That's all for the question.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.